Okay, we're back with a master tier game of some Kaisa Nautilus versus then a Seraphine. I think it's actually good that my Kaisa started with a sweeper with the way that our team is going for this invade. If you're trying to go for an invade, it's usually good for somebody to have sweeper. Usually people expect the support to have it, but really it could be anybody. Ugh, close. You could maybe argue that I should flash for that guy, but it would be a little crazy to flash when they're that close to their own tower, and we weren't totally sure who might be there. Maybe if my Ornn was there. Huh? Not really sure what those pings are by my team, but anyways, this game is a classic of one team, one side of the lane has this weak, squishy enchanter lane with the Seraphine Senna side, and our side of the lane is Kaisa Nautilus. So we are very strong when it comes to all-ins in the 2v2, and we want to make sure we can push that advantage to the best of our abilities. Here, I'm not walking up super aggressively because Kaisa just queued the wave. And really, I wanted just to bait them toward this first bush, which is why I walked into it. That was my real initial goal there. But this first little trade is very good. There's no reason to overly extend the trade any more than what I did, because I would just be taking unnecessary damage. Okay, pretty decent. It's a little bit of a shame that my Kaisa didn't really have much better of a follow-up than that, but I'm still okay with trading my summoner spells in that way for the chunk onto Seraphine like that. So let's see. I think if I just sit in this bush like this, it's a really awkward position for this enemy bot lane. Perfect. I'm pretty shocked that they had the Seraphine stand up like that and tank the hook. My Kaisa should base. Okay. Well, I think my Kaisa should have just based there, but since she wanted to push like this, I'll use my stack on the cannon and see what we can do. But just because the Seraphine had TP, I think my Kaisa should have just based. Because we get into a situation like this where they're allowed to sort of hold the wave in our face, and then there's not really a good situation to get out of it. In that case, if I walked away, my Kaiso is actually going to die, so I'm pretty glad that I was able to make enough time for her to get her base off. Unfortunately, we give a kill to Rengar that we don't need to give. I can't really imagine that pushing that wave is worth it to get like an extra dagger onto Kaisa, because the wave was just fine. If she just based immediately, then we would be in a really fine spot, in my opinion. So it's a bit of a shame that we tried to force the push like that, but that's just a classic solo queue mistake. Gonna see what I can do here, chunking out the enemy mid laner. All right, right here. Ooh, very nice. Close. Close, close. Chunked him very, very hard and got his flash. Nearly got the kill even, because he was so not ready for it. Just got totally caught off guard by that. So pretty good. He got saved a little bit by having phase rush. but I will take it. That's the kind of stuff I need to get done as Nautilus in this early game. Okay, that is not how I had hoped we might use that advantage that I got. Definitely a shame. We can actually walk behind them here. My Kaisa doesn't even have flash. Maybe we can get a kill here. Wow. You're kidding me. Okay, I think if I hit that hook, I might have actually died. It's a real shame my Gwen dies there, of all things. Kaisa can try to cancel them. I think I should just not waste my time, get my base off, get back out onto the map. That is my in my best interest. Man, it is a shame how some of these fights have gone in the early game. I'm gonna follow around my Gwen here. I think she's a bit susceptible to dying to Rengar here, and I want to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay. Looks like she's fine. I kind of thought they would get that kill around mid, and then Rengar would further invade the Gwen, but looks like she's fine. My Kaisa was under no pressure either. She's farming freely, so didn't really have to worry about that too much. Right now I kind of have nothing to do. I'm gonna somewhat hover towards top side, but I need to return to bot, continue applying the pressure onto these guys, because Senna has no flash, Kaisa has ult, I have my flash and my ignite coming back up, so a lot of potential danger for this bot lane for sure. I don't want to use my pink in this bush yet because it's not really very defendable. But once we get this push here, I will pink that way, or pink that bush. Careful, careful, please be careful. Oh my god. Jeez, man. Okay. That's pinked, but we know Rengar's bot side right now, so I'm not really going to be very excited to go try and take that pink. Sucks because they know where our jungler is, and we kind of still don't know where their jungler is. Our jungler just got solo killed by their but wait. Oh no, they still got the last grub. We got 2 grubs at least. Yeah, see, Rengar's just been camping bot this whole time. Okay, our wave is coming into us here. I'm not going to waste my pink here again, because we know Rengar might be around. I'm just worried about my Gwen, honestly. I feel like she's going to get one shot. Of course. Rengar just sat bot lane for like actually an hour. That's awesome. Right, I'm gonna base. The The Rengar's just not making our lives unplayable, our games unplayable, whatever you want to say. Making the game really miserable for us, for sure. Jungle is a balanced role. Kai'Sa getting that kill back is very massive, though. I'll see if I can get around the Seraphine here. Maybe we can kill her too. Doesn't really seem like it, but I can at the very least be really annoying to her, clear their vision, get wards, very important wards on their jungle camps here. If Seraphine tries to stay under tower, then I'll still be around. Oh, wow. This is kind of crazy. Very nice. Very worth, too. I was pretty sure I wasn't going to die going for that, but oh my god. Wow. That's a shame. The Jace got outplayed about as much as he could be, but I guess he's just too fed. I don't know. We just don't quite have enough damage to one-shot him there. It was a good cancel on his Q. Did a good job to kite him out, avoid as much damage as we could, but with Senna coming back and him having his full completed item already, it's kind of tough. We're kind of doing what we can this game, but it's a rough one for sure. Kind of everybody's losing, and Rengar only has to camp his bot lane at this point and make sure they don't feed. So really rough trying to find an advantage when we like know that we're in a 2v3. Walking mid here is really good though. If we can potentially surprise them by being mid here, it could be very meaningful. Oh. Oh. Wow. My ulti was actually like insanely valuable there, but of course, the Jace lives. I don't have anything anything I can offer by staying on the map here, so it's gonna base, get my item. It is, I mean, that was like a game-winning play because we pick off Senna because she's trolling and didn't see us apparently. And then my Kai'Sa actually kills the Jace there because they're playing like so poorly. They're just so ahead. And with my ulti, she actually gets the Jace to 1 health. But of course, 1 health is not good enough. Unfortunately for us, 1 health is just not good enough. Okay. That's too bad. She took the blast cone over that wall there. It's always sad, right? Like, we made a good play. Like, we made a really smart roam, and it nearly paid off so well, and we did about as much as we could. But they just live at 1 HP, so it's unlucky. Okay, our Zed is feeding. Our Zed is feeding and continues to feed, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it. Contesting this dragon is a real issue also. It's not really possible because their top laner has already made his way to the play, so even if we wanted to, it'd be pretty rough. the just everything. Everything is kind of falling out of our favor. There's not a whole lot we can do. Nice. The best thing we can do is continue playing consistently. Try not to overreach for like forced plays. And like desperate forced plays always it usually like oftentimes seems like you have to do stuff like that, but especially when it comes to solo queue, most times the enemy team will sort of serve up some kind of throw on a silver platter. So it's just about being consistent up until that happens and then taking advantage of that opportunity. Okay, my guy's is trolling. Uh, she forced that dive, and then I am trying to dive as fast as I can possibly manage to, and she tanked tower. I don't know. I think that's in itself, that's a very risky dive to go for, even if we played it well. But yeah, the game, like, this is my Kais is sort of falling into the mindset of what I'm saying you shouldn't do, where like we're kind of all things considered, like as a bot lane, we're doing fairly well in the game, and the game is just falling apart around us, so we're trying to make something happen. But a lot of the times that's just not really what you should do. Unfortunately, even though I believe that, if my Kai'Sa's like posturing to dive, I gotta try and help and like make the play worth it. Otherwise, she's just gonna die for free. So I tried. Definitely could have squeezed a kill out of that, like onto the Seraphine. Had Kai'Sa not tanked first. But yeah, just very unfortunate. At any rate, I have my yeah, it's really an unplayable game. Seemingly nobody's even really trying to win. Good luck, my friend Orin. Kai'Sa roaming to bot lane here doesn't really make a lot of sense here, because Jace doesn't even have a shutdown. She could just get mid tower. I do like actually getting the kill, though. I can appreciate that. I am going to stay around bot side here. Come on, Zed. Me going top lane doesn't do anything. Dude, what? I really dislike the macro decisions being made this game. But if I don't follow along in some capacity, then it's just gonna go really poorly. So I'm happy that Kai'Sa's picking up kills. The plays that she's going for are going fairly well for us. I walked over vision, so need to be fairly careful here. I think Kai'Sa just wants to base and go back to bot side, so back to bot side I go. I can't even really replace my wards. I'll place one because it's just refreshing. Or expiring, I should say. just what we're doing on the map doesn't really make any sense. We're completely giving up everything just to randomly chase a kill here and there, and I think that's really terrible. But at least we are picking up the kills here and there on the Kaisa. So like, it's stupid to do, but at the very least we're getting the best possible outcome from it that we can. Yeah. Sucks. It sucks to be in this game. I even hooked really early there. Like my hook went off. I'm just dead. I'm just dead. I should have hooked into the bush, I guess, before getting vision. Even though I got the vision about as safely as I could. Yeah, I don't know. I think our macro decision making this game is really, really stupid. Um Unfortunately. So we're just dropping every objective, every possible objective we're dropping. Um, what? I I don't for the life of me, I cannot understand why Kaisa doesn't just immediately ult the guy on my ulti. But at least the Sen is inting. That's a shame. It's kind of that it really is a shame because they are terrible. Like, I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. These players on the other team are crazy stupid. To be dying like this. And Kaisa's flash was like, it was a valiant effort for sure, but it just barely didn't avoid the Jace's melee Q damage, or else she would have gotten, she probably would have killed them both and lived if she avoided that damage. So that's unfortunate for sure. I still have little hope for this game, but my Kaisa's fed. You can't, there's no denying that my Kaisa's fed. And she is the singular hope for our team. Nice. In that situation, I got a hook right onto to my teammate that I think the Rengar is jumping on. Luckily, we're able to save the Zed and kill Rengar with that. And here, since we end the play and my Kai'Sa's bot side, we go for this bot tower. We continue going bot side as long as we can. Okay, very nice. Looks like we're going to be able to spend our gold. Hopefully I don't get caught here. That's why I didn't stay in base in that bush. I definitely was running the risk of getting caught on my recall if the enemy team was a little smarter. But we're somehow digging our way out of this ginormous hole that we have found ourselves in. If we're able to make something happen in this dragon fight, bro. Can we please play around the dragon, guys? What? Literal insane person fighting like that. My Kai'Sa's staying positive. I appreciate that, I guess. That's a massive wombo. Wow, Wow, they got hit by Seraphine ulti. Alright, GG. We cannot win. I can't really play this game much better. That is awesome. That's actually awesome if my Kaisa is typing to me. It's actually crazy. Like, did they even watch what happened? My Gwen got engaged on face checking, and so I have to save the play because she face checks too early, and I have to hook the Senna. Luckily, my hook hit, but we just didn't do anything with it, so I don't know. Right? I guess. I kind of was under the impression that my Kai'Sa was staying here. But since she's basing, no chance to win the fight. It's actually awesome to try to win the game and play. Give, like, all things considered, I think I've played this game like quite well. And to get like pinged and typed at as if I did something like the crazy throw the game is just absolutely insane to me. You gotta love it from solo queue. Like, I've definitely made my fair share of mistakes, but pretty much everybody else in this game has made very a highly unfair share of mistakes in the top side. So I don't know. It's a little bit of a betrayal feeling when my ADC that I've worked so hard to get fed this game blames me for something. It sucks. Especially when it's just wrong. Like, I was specifically not face checking that bush. Good lord. Jace has Spell Shield plus Mountain Soul. Yeah, good luck. Good luck winning this game, guys. This minion is literally watching us walk to bot lane. Ooh, close. Close to something there. I do want to buy my Knight's Vow. Not that it matters, but I want to get my Knight's Vow put on Kaisa. Okay. It's just unplayable. I was trying to look for some kind of, I don't know, some kind of something, but it's literally too impossible to win a fight there. Everything that went through my mind there, like ult flashing or flash hooking or something, none of it was juicy enough to actually go for, so I don't know. What can you do? That's just how it is when everybody loses. Just a classic solo queue game. Classic. some people will be getting reported for sure after that one. Yeah, I don't know. Solo queue, solo queue, solo queue. That is it for that one.